Okay, here we are back in Boot Hill Heroes, and we need to find out just what the hell is going on in this town. So we need to go up to the second floor of the mayor's house and see if we can find any clues. Ah, those are some fine hats you have there. No doubt they are fashioned by yours truly. What? You don't know who I am? Allow me to educate you as an educator instead of... I am the mayor of this fine hatocracy. That's right, I run this town. More importantly, I make hats. You monster. Now that was uncalled for. Alright. You've caused enough trouble. If I see you in town again, I'm calling the marshal. Great hats. What a atrocious fellow. He almost gave me a heart attack. That was a former employee of mine. We had a minor disagreement and he was fired. As you see, now everyone is happy with the hat means in this town. Which is why I must keep my hat-making factory a secret from prying eyes. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I must get back to my work. Are you deaf? I said, make like a hat and leave. How rude. See if that guy happens to have any information for us. Can we find a lead here? You guys saw the mayor get attacked by a former employee. Things have really gotten out of hand here. Worst part is everyone's too afraid of the mayor to speak up about what's really going on. But everyone but one person. Who? They call him the Shadow. Does the Shadow know everything? That lurks in the hearts of men. He dwells in darkness and wears a cloak of mystery. Is he a dangerous vigilante? Or is he the hero this town deserves? No one knows who he really is or his true purpose. If you truly wish to get the bottom of this conspiracy, then you must seek him out. You seek an audience with the Shadow? Then you are truly braver than I, a mild-mannered general store owner. Unfortunately, secrecy is the Shadow's mistress, and there is no way to predict when or where he will appear. Try waiting behind the train depot until midnight. He may appear there. Just a hunch, okay? So let's cruise on over there. Wait for nightfall? Oh, you're here. Yes, I heard you were looking for me. That's right, it is I, the Shadow. But do not fear me. Just as you, I am on the side of justice. I wish to bring an end to the tyranny this town has endured. Perhaps you can help. Do you know the history behind our mayor's rise to power? Nope. He was once a simple haberdasher, hard-working, friendly, and loved by all. But gradually, he began to change. I blame that Manny statue in the store. Over the years, he became obsessed with his own work, and his behavior became erratic. Even when he used his power and influence to become mayor, he only used this position to create a monopoly over the entire hat-making industry in Bronco County. Anyone who tries to start a competing hat business, even humble general store owners, are quickly squashed by the mayor. But it doesn't end there. Perhaps you've seen the insane haberdashers wandering our streets, harassing those who wander by. It seems that not only the mayor, but all those he employs as hat makers exhibit the same kind of madness. This has led me to believe that there must be something more going on here. Some foul secret within the hat industry itself, or hat factory itself, that is causing ordinary hat makers to develop maniacal tendencies. The hat factory is located deep within the Cinnabar mines behind the mayor's mansion. I believe there's a secret exit in the mansion that will lead to the mine. You should search there carefully for any secret switch within the mansion. But if you do find the mine, tread lightly. I've heard that it is full of erratic wildlife exhibiting unnatural aggression. Getting past these creatures and finding the hat factory itself will not be an easy task. I would go myself, but I must stay here and protect Kickstart Creek. You alone must go. Find the secret exit that leads to the Cinnabar Mine. Fight your way past all the wildlife. Then discover the true secret behind these hats. Only then can we save Kickstart Creek. I'm counting on you. Now go back to the general store. Seems to be some kind of button behind the couch. Push it. Out. Turns out the clock was innocent. Not sure what you're planning to do next, but count me in. Let's save. Okay, from here on out, I am going to be doing post-commentary for the rest of this dungeon. I eventually just stopped talking as I went exploring because I figured I was going to be doing edits. I didn't know it was going to be edited in and out. And right here I am on the first floor. This is the switch room. You are given a clue. Your clue is something about the number of chickens on Swellsville Farm or something like that. I believe the number is 5. At least that's the number that worked for me. You flip the number 5 switch and the door to the next floor will open and all will be well and good. But the thing is, these switch rooms all have guardians, and they're based off of bosses that you fought before, except on Quicksilver, hence their silver color. Some of these are pretty annoying to say the least. Like, I'm only going to do 3 of the 4. That would be the time to star shot. So I actually don't really remember this otter boss or whatever it's supposed to be. I don't know if that's supposed to be something that you fought by Monty Spades, maybe, or something like that. But as you can see, this one actually isn't too bad. It's the first floor. It does a good bit of damage. I probably could have actually upgraded my armor, but I was so pressed for money this game that I eventually went without. I just put the really good armor on Doc since I don't have a dodge move for him. As you can see, I just have him pumping up. While I will have Kid, Rosie, and Moon try to dodge the best of their abilities. So I don't actually remember if there's anything special about this boss. I think he might be able to steal items from you or something like that, but he goes down pretty easily. And just like that, kaboom. So, Wacky Weasler flees. That was the guy who took the other guy's leg. The one guy in Kickstart Creek. He warns you about this particular monster, and that's it. We're looking for numbers. So right there I'm counting out the numbers of the switches. And you are given a clue for how many shells are on the wall of the turtle bar. I forgot the name of the place is called Tipsy Tortoise or something like that, or Tipsy Turtle. There are 8 shells inside of it. Basically, you have to, for all 4 floors, you have to flip switches based on trivia from throughout the game. Now, if you've been following the walkthrough, I actually will cover most of those. I might have cut out the Tipsy Turtle, I'm not sure, but number's 8. As for the chickens, you can go back to an earlier video and see it. Like right here, I am splicing in footage of when I actually opened the chest, because this one is glitched. You can actually open it before flipping the switch. It gives you the Colt Dragoon, and right there is the number of shells on the wall of the Tipsy Turtle. It's 8. You're supposed to flip the number 8 switch. That chest is supposed to unlock, and then you get Kid's ultimate weapon. But the first one is glitched. The rest, not quite. So I passed it. Right there I went to find it, and you can read about it here. A light revolver named after a mounted infantry. And right here I spliced back to where I went to get the clue. But we can... let me see. What am I up to here? Here I think I'm just going to flip the number 5 switch to tell you that the chicken answer is supposed to be 5 or something like that. At least that's what worked for me. I didn't actually go back and check that one. I just pulled one at random and lo and behold it worked. Okay, I went back to where Rusty was. So we are on the second floor. The question to move forward is how many, well, right there for the treasure chest, how many windows are in Lady Lamoureux's trailer? Answer is 2. You can go back to the circus videos and check it out. To move on to the next floor, you need to know the energy point cost, or whatever the thing is called, of the move Acid Spray. Now, if you're wondering how you're supposed to actually know that, you can determine it when you fight a Hatter, or Haberdasher. Right here I'm fighting the bear creature. I did this on a separate playthrough, so I'm not actually going to keep the kills that you rack up here. It's not really worth it to fight them. This guy can one-shot your characters. As you see, Kid went down just like that. And you cannot run from any single battle here, so whenever you engage something, even the guys in the hallways, it's do or die. Okay, so back to the Haberdasher thing. Now you'll notice those blue bars that are filling up to determine what actions you can take, they hold a maximum of 10 points. So if you look at the Haberdasher, what increment he has to go up to use the acid spray, you can determine it from that. But anyway, they want you to fight the Haberdashers, I guess, which are probably one of the better encounters at this point. They drop Quicksilver, which sells for something like $3 each, I think it was. And that's actually pretty sweet. So as you can see, the bear is a massive pain in the ass. This would be the bear that Doc and Kid fought in the forest, I think it was. Except high on Quicksilver. So you can whittle down its hit points. Usually for the bigger monsters, I found the best way to damage them is to abuse Early Bird. That takes off 10% of the enemy's current hit points, so very nasty move for the most part, but as you can imagine, since its current HP, it's just going to become worse and worse and worse. And this guy will drop the blue fur or something like that, the same thing that the bear in the forest dropped. Its value for selling is $3. And if you look at any one of those debuffs that I'm taking from dying, those will cost a minimum of $5 to heal. That's why I said these guys actually aren't worth fighting. If you need vantage points, your best bet is actually to train on the first floor. There are random encounters there that can give you up to 6 points per battle. They can be a little rough, but if you have some good AoE moves, you can actually clear it not too badly. Anyway, there you got to see the battle. Here I am flipping the number 2 switch in correspondence to how many windows are in Lady Lamoureux's trailer. So we can go get that, and lo and behold, it's the Rattlesnake Lasso for Rosie. It has innate poison, and I forgot what else. Can't see the symbol here. Well, it's too small for me to distinguish. All I see is a blue box. But it already has some stats effects in it, so that saves you the hassle of trying to imbue it. And here I have the Oxfords equipped on Kid, so I can actually just navigate the thing without everything trying to kill me. And right here I need to flip the number 5 switch. Oh, I flipped 6 by accident, I think. Okay, I left that in for some reason. Anyway, this time I'm doing it right. So the Haberdasher will have to fill his blue bar halfway to use the move, and then you can just say 5. That's the answer. Grinding metal means that the door to the next floor opens. Right there, our clue is the number of logs in the pond in the forest where we fought the bear. The number for that one is 6. And I forgot, lost my train of thought. Was I talking about imbuing? But you can see the number 3 creature, that's the one that you fought with Moon when you're trying to escape the Indian tribe, their guardian or something like that. Oh yes, grinding metal means the door to the next floor is opening. When you hear splintering wood, that means the chest is unlocked. And the monsters actually do increase in value a little bit, but the best place to grind EXP is going to be at the bottom floor. And I will showcase that. So right here I didn't get the clue, but the chest clue is Scorpion Saint's first name, how many letters it has, plus 4. If you remember, his first name is Moses. 5 letters plus 4, answer is 9. So the chest is now unlocked, I have to go get it. And that should have Doc's weapon, since he's the third member of the party. And I made a cut where I kind of lost my way, but chest is really that close. Of course, the heart, right here's your clue. Scorpion Saint's first name plus 4. And I accidentally clicked on it twice trying to open the chest to get the knock gun. Now, if you notice, I did pick up the flashbang for Doc, which is a pretty good weapon in its own right because it blinds. And I didn't get to see what status effect it has, but you can't really customize that gun too much. I didn't really look at too many of Doc's weapons to know if he has much customization options, but I have my doubts. And now we need to actually go back to the 4th floor. So we are... oh god, we're only about a third of the way through. Gotta find more things to talk about. Oh yes, I'm gonna fight the thing here. Once again, I'm taking off the Oxfords, so I'm going to put the Brogans on for more defense, so I'm not as easily one-shot. And you can see that it's just a palette swap. It has jacked up stats. Putting up all my defensive stuff because I don't know how hard it's gonna hit, and it took a nice piece out of Kid. And here I am going to be doing that early bird spam. Boom, 32. So that means he had 320 hit points to start with. Right there we got to poison him, Doc blasted him. You can see that the blast did 11 damage. That's a third of what early bird did. Kinda wish you could teach more people early bird, but that does not appear to be the case. And I'm also going to be abusing Hogtie to try to paralyze him so that he can't get any turns off. Flame arrows, additional damage over time, that's helps somewhat. And the item that you get from this guy is the same that you get from the guardian creature that you had to fight with just Kid and Moon. You can see Doc went down just like that. Hits like a freaking truck. And that item, it's something like the Dark Claw or something like that, sells for $4.50. Once again, it doesn't justify the cost of healing. Can't stress enough that these guys are not really worth fighting. The Hatters are easier, safer. Don't know if you can actually guarantee a Mercury drop from them or not, but if you need money, those are the guys to fight this game that I've discovered so far. You can see right there he took out Moon, now it's me or him. I dodged. Doc is back up, just in time to see me finish him. And we got, I didn't get to see how much, but you can pause it. It's key thing, not worth. Here we are on the 4th floor. So I walked through the first door, and you can see that there are gators here. Problem with the gators is they have a ridiculous hitbox or contact area for you to engage them. So it's kind of tricky to deal with them. And one of the fights that you can have down here are gators with spiders. The spider enemy is incredibly annoying. It can heal for 16 or so hit points, I think, per turn with the way I'm set up at the moment. That's pretty much almost as fast as I can damage it. And that's with Moon actually on the offensive, not stopping to heal. Not really a fan of this part of the game, but the gators themselves are not really too bad. They can also have bulls fight with them. And here I actually left in a battle with 2 of the gators to show you that they themselves are not actually that bad. So I'm doing early bird just to get a feel of how many hit points they have. 12, that means they had 120. And you can see that I'm hitting them for about 6 a shot. Leaves a lot to be desired, yes, but you can whittle them down slowly. I don't believe they actually have a way to one-shot you, but their full bar attack, it does do a nice little chunk of damage. So right there, I'm just focusing fire on one of them. Their dodge move is swim, so if you see that come up, change targets. I put the dots on the other guy to start working as I gear up to finish off the one. So that one's out of the way, now we gotta take care of the other one. And apparently he died before getting an attack off. Who needs boots? I was thinking that, which is a little bit of a reflection of my cruelty. So the question is, how many court rights are there in Swellsville? I talked to them in the video and I left in part of it. That's the house where the woman invites you to come rummage through her stuff, etc., etc. And there is a father, a mother, and if you look upstairs you will see a son. But the trick is, if you go to the general store, there is a daughter. The answer is 4. So flip the number 4 switch, the chest is open. Now they are asking you for the number of letters in the surname of the man named Port at the circus. Port is the guy who works in the gift shop. His last name is Bassett, B-A-S-S-E-T, 6 letters. So flip the number 6 switch and you are good to move on to the final floor. And you can see that the enemy here is a silver lion. I still remember having to fight the 4 lions at once and I didn't even want to bother with that. So he's the only one I actually haven't fought. But pretty much everything down here is optional. I guess this secret dungeon or something like that. So read the clue again on accident, and again. But if you open that, you get Moon's ultimate weapon, the feather bow. The thing is, I usually use her as a caster, have her apply a damage over time, so I keep her using the vamp bow since it has enough lifesteal to give her half the damage she does back in health. Right there, I decided it's not really worth it. And one thing I can tell you about the movement patterns of the gators, well, pretty much all the enemies here, they move in a box-like formation. When you first see them, they go right, then down, then left, then up. Exploit that and you can get through here, despite these narrow hallways, without too much trouble. So right there, they are going down, left, up, and now we can go hug the bottom of the screen to walk right past him. There's the silver lion. As long as you're wearing the Oxfords, he won't even notice you. Okay, we flip the 6 switch, metal grinding, and right here I'm trying to show you that I'm on the 4th floor because I'm still not talking. So with everyone's ultimate weapon in hand, now we are at the basement, the actual mine, the hat-making hall. So if we head on up, you will see there are haberdashers standing there. Those are the same types that you can fight in the town, and you can even fight all 8 of them if you wish, one at a time, of course. Move on to the next room, and now we have guys in green coats. And I didn't change the battle here to show you, but these guys are the Journeyman. Right here I'm trying to get past him. You actually can get past him without fighting him if you hug the top wall, but it's very tricky. But he himself, he can one-shot some of your guys with lower defense like Moon or Rosie, but it's also possible to beat him with getting a clean sweep, and as long as you get that clean sweep bonus, you actually get a better return on this guy than any of the guys on the higher floors, including the bosses, I think. So we have our paralysis, we have our fire, he can't move, taking a pot shot at him. Gonna unload the barrage, trying to ignite him once again. The move he's trying to use is something like Haymaker or something like that. Very dangerous, do not underestimate it. And I'm exploiting Hog Tie once again. And I'm putting the defensive moves up just in case he isn't paralyzed, but he is. Okay, Flame Arrow, we have all those dots on him. Now he just has the paralysis. We got a lucky crit for 20 damage. Might be worthwhile to abuse Early Bird a bit on him. I didn't really think about it since you only have to fight 1. And he's on the ropes. He's paralyzed and still can't do anything. There's the Flame Arrow. And Kid blew him. Nope, Kid did not blow him away yet. Guess he died to the debuff. So, Journeyman runs off. Clean sweep. You get 174 EXP, 1 vantage point. And Rosie leveled up, and I believe Moon did too. But it only takes like 10 of those fights to level up if you so choose. But now we are with the guys in red coats. And we are now in the Quicksilver Smelting plant. Now I should point out that on the tables you can see some Quicksilver that you can grab. I'm fighting one just for the sake of showing you the Master Haberdasher. And... okay, we're starting to get near the end. So he leads off with counter. If you hit him, he'll hit you back, so I just wait for that to time out as I build up points. Hit him with early bird. You can see he has 260 hit points. That kind of makes him a boss in his own right, I guess. So I am doing my setup to try to avoid damage. Hit him with barrage. We hogtied him. We hit him with flame arrow. He's poisoned. He used clobber but missed. So I'm just going to abuse early bird once again. This time it did 17, so he has 170-ish hit points remaining. Now we have him on fire. Blasted a nice little bit. And I bet you are wondering what's waiting down here. What kind of epic boss is waiting that could surpass the freaking lions? So, who would like a boss rush against the Saints Little Gang? Anyone? Well, maybe you'll get that in a future installment because that's not what you find here. So, he's been poisoned, he's on fire, hit him with archery. Stop them before they can find the vein. Clean sweep. 230 EXP. And he drops some Quicksilver. He's definitely a lot better than the bosses up above. And you can see that there are 4 of them in this room. They will respawn if you leave the room and come back. So, if you want to grind, go ahead, but there's nothing left to fight unless you want the guys higher up. So we have now entered the Quicksilver Mine. So if you know what Quicksilver is, you can kind of guess the whole plot point of this. If you're familiar with the term Mad as a Hatter, that's all coming to a head here. Well, well, well. I knew from the moment I met you that you would try to topple my Hat Empire. So I came here to head you off. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Pure veins of Quicksilver. One of nature's rarest metals. The only metal that's naturally in liquid form. I was trying to remember if there was one more right here. I know there is one other element that's liquid at room temperature, but I can't remember what it is. Could be arsenic. But once I give up on trying to remember it, I will advance the story. There we go. The Quicksilver Metal is an essential part of the hat-making process. It's used to separate the fur from animal pelts and create the felt required for the best hats. I owe all my success to this little vein of Quicksilver. Without it, I'd be nothing. I suppose you think you can take it away from me, eh? Take the Quicksilver for yourself and start your own hat business? Are you ready to fight the mayor? Now hang on, Mayor. We never wanted your fancy medals or your hats. I'll take the hats. This metal, you call it Quicksilver. I have seen it before. Yes, my people call it pale venom. Venom? Yes, it is a powerful poison. It damages the body, impairs the senses, and twists the mind. It's also found in old-fashioned thermometers, so be careful with those. Wait a minute, Quicksilver? Isn't that another name for mercury? Of course! And I'm kind of surprised they didn't realize this sooner. But that is a real-life condition at one point where hatters would be exposed to the mercury and poison themselves. Been cooped up in these mines with mercury with no ventilation. That's why the wildlife in this mine is also dangerous. They've been exposed to mercury as well and become unnaturally aggressive. And that's why they also have that silver tint. Hint, hint. What, Mayor? You're not insane. You have mercury poisoning. I do? That explains everything. But what can I do? There is a treatment, but it will take time. We'll help all we can to fix everybody that had their minds messed up by this stuff. And if you're wondering, everyone is still down there if you want to fight anything that you passed up. Nothing really changed. Guys just faking to avoid the jail sentence or something, I assume. How are you feeling? I think the treatment is working. I'm feeling better already. Sorry it was so rough with you fellas earlier. Guess we've all had our brains fried with that Quicksilver stuff. How convenient. No, it's not only that. I was obsessed with my work. I needed this metal to make my hats. Even when I knew something was wrong, I kept it a secret because I wanted to protect my business. I allowed things to get out of hand. We're just glad we were able to get things right. I'm getting out of the hat business. From now on, I'm going to focus on being the mayor that this great town deserves. I'll make Kickstart Creek the best place to live in for all of Bronco County. So I'm talking to him again because I'm trying to figure out what's the big reward for this. Like, we went through all of that, we got the ultimate weapons, but right there he's telling you how he knows Madame Zenobia, or whatever her name was, from the circus. So the mayor didn't give me anything. Maybe the Shadow will. Let's go talk to him. I heard from the Shadow that you guys took care of the mayor's Mad Hat Factory operation. Now I can finally operate my business in peace. And here is the reward time. The Desert Skags have returned to Kickstart Creek. The mayor is saying once again, the Desert Skags are back in Kickstart Creek. I never dreamed this day would come. You young fellows really saved us. Here, I want you to have this. Receive the top hat for Doc. Thanks to you, Kickstart Creek is a friendly place to live in again. The mayor originally kicked me out because I was able to make this powerful hat. Since you helped us so much, I'd like you to have it. It's thank you for all you've done. Receive Deerstalker. That's for Moon, I think. We're back, and it's all thanks to you. You really saved this town and gave us our home back. Can't thank you enough, but I want you to have this special hat. It was the creation of this hat that got me banished from Kickstart Creek in the first place. And right here I got a little sidetracked, so it's going to take me a moment to move to the next screen. Mayor Agar saw it as a threat to his haberdashing enterprise. Use it wisely. Receive the mob cap for Rosie, I believe. Hey, fancy seeing you guys. Yep, we're finally back home and we owe it all to you. Mayor invited us back to town and all hard feelings were put aside. I want you to have this hat. Just don't tell the mayor I gave it to you. Receive the straw crown. Okay, that's for Moon, and then the Deer Hunter, or whatever, is for Kid. And here I show you what they do. Deerstalker. Check out those ratios. 20. You get Leech Bullet, Bullet Hail, Smash, Leadership, Hot Shot, Doom Trigger, Skin. Doom Trigger, if you don't remember, is Percy Saint Coyote, I think his nickname was. There you can see the mob hat for Rosie. It's decent, not quite as overpowered as Kid's. As for Doc, there's the top hat. It gives him patch up. I don't remember what healing move that is, but that could have come in handy a lot earlier in the game. And as for Moon's, hers sucks. Like there I accidentally equipped the headband. Gives you Flame Arrow, Lunar Crush, Meditate, Sundance, Dodge, Harvest, Mirage, Survival. I think Survival is the only thing that you don't pick up on your own, and Mirage is the only one that actually has a bad ratio. So right here I'm trying to figure out, does it actually give you anything worthwhile? I guess Moon just has a lot less vantages than the others since you recruit her last, but even still, she kind of gets shortchanged. And right here I'm walking over to the save point to wrap things up. But that was the secret dungeon. Now you know how to progress. You don't have to go out of your way to answer all those trivia questions of sorts. And we are all set in position for part 2. We'll have to see if this actually impacts the story or not. But it's a good place as any to wrap it up. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.